the big business is behind it and they really believe in it. And then you try, you're like, is this thing just bad Sprite? I don't know if I like this as much as you want me to like it. So here's the thing. Year three, breakout year. Is it going to be Josh Allen? Got a new weapon? All of a sudden, Josh Allen's good. Baker year 3, we knew ball security was an issue. Took his interceptions from 21 to 8. Also helps that he had finally some continuity, which Daniel Jones also has now, that he's got the great mind of Joe Judge and the great mind of Jason Garrett back with him for year 2. So I think it's going to be the same, the same sort of progression that we saw from Josh Allen with a weapon, take down the turnovers like Baker, and with a little continuity. I feel good about Joe Judge and Daniel Jones in this whole new revamped Giants squad.
Yeah, I don't think this is so much about Joe Judge. I'm not sure how much it is about Jason Garrett. It is definitely about that guy. And I was thinking over the weekend, why did Kevin Wildes decide, like he sees these different corners that, everyone on the show has staked out. Like Brandon is strongly on, he was on the Tampa Bay Bucks corner about midway through the year.
Yeah.
And once we got to basketball season, he firmly got on the Brooklyn Nets corner. Like, those are good corners.
Right.
I obviously am on the LeBron James and Patrick Mahomes corners. Like, those are the 2 best available corners. Why does Kevin Wildes want the Daniel Jones corner? Like, why is this the corner he's like, that's the untapped real estate I'm going to get? And I dug into the numbers, and I figured it out.
Thank you.
Because Daniel Jones might have been the only full-time starting quarterback last year who statistically had a worse season than Cam Newton, who is your actual starting quarterback. Do you guys realize Daniel Jones last year, he started almost every game, started 14 games. He had 11 touchdowns all season.
Yeah.
He had 0 300-yard games all season. Brandon, ball security is what? Remind America, ball security is?
Job security, yours and mine. You got to have that ball.
Okay. Well, so here's a problem. In Daniel Jones's career, which is 26 starts, he has 51 interceptions and fumbles. That's 2 a game. So I don't care who they added. I don't care that all of a sudden you have these weapons. The quarterback isn't good. And Dave Gettleman understands that if the quarterback fails, he fails, so he doesn't mind paying top of the market for Kenny Golladay, even though if Brandon were to list his top 10 receivers, Kenny Golladay is probably on the outside looking in because he has to support his quarterback. But unless Kenny Golladay is going to literally give Daniel Jones his hands, his physical hands, so he stops fumbling the football, I don't know how much this is going to help the Giants actually, Brandon.
Well, if you turn on the film and you look at the first 8 games, you're going to see Danny Dimes putting it on the turf all over the place and throwing picks. But then you can see, and you'll see it physically, him holding onto the ball in the pocket, 2 hands, and leaning into the fundamentals. So Jason Garrett and maybe it was Joe Judge got to him and said, hey, you got to do better. And he did better in the second half. But at the end of the day, man, you got to be a playmaker. You got to go out there and make your team better. And he hasn't shown that. Now, high football IQ, we know that. He has an arm. He's fast. We saw him break away. What was it, Sunday Night Football? Monday Night Football?
Yeah.
80-yard touchdown.
Yeah.
He has all of that. But you got to bring it all together. There's something wrong with this team. I'm telling you, Wildes, I'm sorry, buddy, but when you have Evan Ingram should be mentioned next to Kelsey. He should be mentioned when we're talking about Kittle, but he's not. They have to bring this team together. Saquon Barkley, even when he was healthy, it was, well, what kind of Saquon are we going to get? Is he the best running back, or does he not want to hit the hole? I love Saquon's game, but at the end of the day, this team has way too many question marks when everybody else is getting better. You got Dak Prescott coming back healthy, and then look at the moves the Washington football team made.
Okay. Well, all right. It was totally valid, and you threw in your Fitzmagic love, which we know that you are more biased about Fitzmagic than any player, maybe besides Jay Cutler, any active player. We got to talk about Washington football team. But I'll throw it to Nick real quick. Nick, I'll give you 3 bad qualities of a bad quarterback. Bad qualities of a bad quarterback. Okay, bad decision making. Really bad.
Yeah.
Can't straight up make the throws. Your arm just doesn't work. Or fumbling the ball. And I know ball security is an issue, but don't you think out of those three things that fumbling is the easiest one to fix? First of all, you can fix it yourself. Hold on to the darn ball and bolster your offensive line a little bit so you don't have an opportunity to get hit. It feels like out of those three, Danny Dimes has an easily curable problem.
Well, first of all, I would argue he's pretty bad at the first one as well, decision making. Second of all, he's the most fumblingest player